we're back. We're back with more Live from the Heartland here on WLUW 88.7 Chicago Sound and Lions. Brought to you anywhere in the world over WLUW.org and on 88.7 FM here in Chicago. You know, it is really an honor to have another son of Muddy Waters on the phone, on the show, and we'd like to get you on the phone more often. We are here with Joseph Morganfield, who goes by the stage name now, Mojo Morganfield. And good morning to you.
Good morning, good morning.
You'd like to be called, instead of Joseph, you want to be called Mojo.
Mojo's on the stage, yes.
Okay.
So that's my stage name from now, and I've been going by Mojo.
And we were just listening to Got My Mojo Working by your dad.
Yeah, it's the reason I chose that stage name is because as a kid, that was his closing song. And sometimes he would let the kids come out there and sing that song, you know. So...
Well, we heard about you.
How many kids would that be? Sorry.
Oh, get this. Jesus, 6, 7 of us.
Nice.
Big
That's
plan.
good.
Excellent.
You know, one of the things in the promo I put blues and basketball, and I know you want to know what I was going to ask about basketball. But I had heard long ago that you had gone off to somewhere in Iowa to play basketball. Is that a true story?
Yes, it is. Before I even talk about that, let me congratulate the Ramblers for making the Final Four.
All right. I
was following those guys, Connie and myself. But definitely a basketball fan. I played college basketball. I got a scholarship to the University of Northern Iowa.
Northern Iowa. They got quite a sports program there.
Oh, yes.
They really do.
So.
I'm talking too loud for this hot microphone.
Yeah.
But,
I'm getting back over here.
Basketball was my life at the time.
And when did you give up on basketball and pick up the guitar again?
I probably picked up the guitar about 2 years ago. No, about a year ago, excuse me, about a year ago.
Had you played as a kid?
As a kid, yes. I was basketball. Well, actually, it started off as a guitar every day, all day. And then as I got older, I started playing basketball. Then it became less guitar, more basketball. So
yeah,
well, basketball
you
hooked me in. Where did you go to high school?
I went to Westmont High, class of '83. Yes.
And how was your career? We'll get off the basketball.
I was all area, all conference, all state. So I was pretty successful.
And how did Northern Iowa do while you were there?
Pretty good. Actually, that first year was humbling. Being arrogant, kind of arrogant, big head, you know, from a superstar to starting all over again. So it was quite a change.
Wow.
Well, tell us a little bit about what it's like growing up with a famous father. Because he was famous when you were born.
Exactly. At the time, you know, I didn't see him as Muddy Waters. He was just dad. And I had chores, and I had to do those chores. I had discipline. He was just dad at home. And as we got older, his fame became more obvious. I looked and noticed and observed people would come by the house and his birthdays, phone calls, and celebrities would come over. So after a while, you begin like, okay, who's this guy?
Well, his birthday, he would have been 105 about 10 days ago, and it just happens to be your birthday today.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
So you're ready for a little happy birthday to
Thank you.
Happy birthday. That's enough, Kate?
That's enough.
I got the signal. I thought I was on key there.
Yes.
You were.
As a kid, I used to always want to combine our birthdays.
Oh, yeah.
We can throw a party together.
Far out.
He wasn't going for it, though.
So you're going full steam ahead with blues performing with your band, and there's an educational outreach that is part of what you do, right?
That is correct.
Muddy Waters Foundation.
Right.
And is it you and your sister?
It's the estate of McKinley Morganfield. It's headed by my older sister, Mercy Morganfield. But it's all his children. Our first and foremost thing is to keep his legacy alive.
Sweet. And
Yes.
how are you doing that?
Through music. My big sister behind the scenes. Two older brothers and myself now performing. I got 2 brothers, been in the game a long time now, so we got this stuff established.
So do you have an upcoming? Do you have a show that we should be talking to our people about on the radio right now?
I got James Armstrong's coming to Chicago April 21st. So he invited me to do 2 songs with him at Buddy Guy's Legend.
Oh, nice.
But I'll also be opening for Billy Branch. Billy, another harp legend of Chicago.
Right.
I'm opening for Billy June 29th, and that's also at Buddy Guy's Legend. So I'm quite excited and quite honored.
Aren't we lucky to have Buddy Guys?
Yes, thank God
I
for
mean,
Buddy.
really.
With all these brothers and sisters, have you always gotten along pretty well? I know Katie comes from a big family. I do. Tom does.
Yeah, you're in good company here. A lot
For the
of
most part, there's rivalry, of course, even as kids. But for the most part, when it's to the nitty gritty, we all come together.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. At home, we fight like cats and dogs. If somebody
Exactly.
from
It's
the
like
outside
we can fight
doesn't
each other,
attack,
but don't let nobody else try to fight
we
us.
got each other's back. That's right.
But from a big family, the rest of the family, while involved with the foundation, they're not into the music scene. Why did you decide, when you were hanging up your basketball shoes, to move into this kind of work?
I think it was something my dad was preparing me for, and I took a different course, of course, but something I always wanted to do. And I figured I might as well, even if I fail at it, at least I'll try to do it. So I have no regrets. Yeah. But it's always been in my heart, and something I always wanted to do. So I decided to go for it.
Pretty impressive that you can easily go from one to the other. I mean, musician-wise, that's amazing that you could hang up your basketball shoes and step right back in.
Well, just being around it all my life, though. So I was always been bitten by the blues, or been around it,
Yeah.
or some type of way. I always been involved with blues.
What's your favorite blues tune and your favorite tune of your dad's?
Oh God, so many of them. Of course, Mojo, Can't Be Satisfied is one of my favorite. Managed Boy, I performed that one. So I love those songs.
Obviously, you're influenced by the music your dad created, but if you were starting off on your own right now, what do you think your music, what would Joseph Morganfield's music sound like?
That's a great question. Probably a combination of Buddy. I like John Lee Hooker.
Ah, right on.
I like Howlin' Wolf. So I would try to take some of those similarities of what I like and maybe combine it to fit me, to find myself.
Is there a new genre of blues that you would like to move into besides building off of the classics that you just mentioned?
Yes, of course I love my dad's songs, but hopefully I'm going to get my first CD released soon. But I want a more up-tempo. I don't want that. Since I got home, my baby left me. No food
Well,
in
it's
the
the
kitchen.
blues, man. I know we can do up
Ain't no
tempo.
food in icebox.
No, we're gonna try to get more up tempo, more of a like there's a rainbow behind the rain.
When you were young, your dad married, and I've been asked to ask this a little story about when you were either on stage or backstage with your dad, but also about your dad's wedding to Marva in Westmont. Who was the best man?
Oh, that would be Eric Clapton. Yes, Eric came to the house. He came to the house quite a few times. One particular
I
story,
love Eric for that.
I tell the story all the time. The first time he came to the house in Westmont, word had got out in town that he was there. And at this time I was trying to date this one girl who wouldn't give me a time of day. Well, like an hour later, she's at my door knocking. She just happened to be in the neighborhood.
You gotta write a song about that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's an upbeat one.
So
I gave Eric the credit for that one.
we talked a little basketball. Let's just talk a little baseball. Like, who's your favorite team?
Oh God, without a doubt, the White Sox.
This guy is off for all your radio listeners.
Pretty decked out.
And you will get to see this on video on YouTube in another few days, but he is wearing some beautiful White Sox duds. He's got
Oh,
the
yes.
hat, then he's got his headpiece, I don't know what you call him, do-rag in the
Right,
old
yeah.
days. And then he's got a beautiful V-neck shirt, and he looks great.
We've been Sox fans, even my father, for many years now.
Yeah.
My dad was a great baseball fan, for once, especially the Sox. But we used to watch the Yankees together, and even the Cubs at the time. But he just loved baseball in general.
Yeah.
So he was definitely a diehard Sox fan. So.
I also am a diehard Sox fan. I grew up on the South Side, so the Sox
Yes, sir.
will always be my guys. You've got a son graduating from high school?
Yes, my youngest son, his name is Matthew. He's coming out this year.
Wow. And he's also going for a
He
basketball?
played basketball and football. He's going to get a football scholarship. He took the football
Dang.
one. Yeah.
Where's he going?
I think he's going. He had three choices: Carbondale and Amherst. I think he chose Carbondale, though. Yeah.
As opposed to going to Amherst?
Yes, yes.
That's nice over there in Massachusetts.
But football is his passion, though.
Yeah.
Yes, he really loves football.
There are a lot of people using Facebook and marking their birthdays by asking people to donate in lieu of a gift.
Yes.
You're doing that with this birthday.
That is correct. I was involved with the PCA Blue for prostate cancer. I've been the spokesperson for about a year now. We perform a benefit concert, sons and daughters of the blues. People like Lonnie Brooks, the Taylors, the Morganfields, the Dixons, but the guys. But their sons and daughters, we came together to put a concert together to promote the thing. So for my birthday, I asked for donations, and I passed my goal as far as getting the donations.
All right.
Yes, so
We
happy
did
for that.
publicize that concert. Who did we have on? Was it Dixon or who was it?
Freddie.
Freddie Dixon, yeah. So we, on this radio show, did publicize that
Yes,
concert.
Lynn been on the board, and Ivory, and
Yeah.
just got a great surrounding cast.
You just mentioned a bunch of blues legends, families. Now, there were a lot of kids. Do you all know each other and get along?
For the most part, yes.
Yeah.
It's a small community, small Chicago blues scene. So you run into the guys and the Taylors and the Brooks and the Dixons. And it's weird because our parents knew each other, as now we know each other. So
Yeah, that's
it's
so
kind of cool.
special.
It is cool.
That's blues royalty.
Exactly,
Here in Chicago.
exactly.
That's fabulous. We are so appreciative of Lynn Orman and her
Yes,
her
yes.
incredible connections that she maintains.
How
and
did you meet Lynn?
builds. Yeah, how did you
God,
guys meet?
First time I met Lynn.
That's good.
Oh, Chicago.
Chicago Blues Fest, was it?
Blues Awards.
Blues. Wait a minute, where was it?
You and your brother and my.
Oh, that's right. It was the Chicago Blues Awards. My brother Bill and Mud was up for awards.
Uh-huh.
So I was there as a supporting cast and happened to meet Lynn that day. And we've been friends ever since.
She doesn't waste a second. does
She wears us out.
she? She
I wear
does.
my own self out.
Though you
Yes.
met your goal for your birthday present, I'm sure if people still want to contribute, there's
Yes,
a way to
it's
do
open
that.
until today.
So how
still,
do people find you on the web so they can do that?
You can go on my site, my Facebook account has it, or you can go to PCA Blue, that website, you can find it there. Every little bit helps. If it's $2, we'll take it.
And say your website name.
It's not on my website actually. It's on PCA Blue's website.
.org.
Okay.
.org. PCABlue.org.
Org.
Excuse me.
But what is your website, just because people want to know all about you now?
Joseph Mojo Morganfield. That's where
Nice.
you can find me.
What do you... Go
You
ahead, Tom.
talked about your years with your dad in Westmont, but you actually grew up in a public housing project. Do you
Yes.
you remember those days? How old were
Like
you?
it
when
was
you moved?
yesterday. Yes. Actually, my dad lived on 43rd Street in Lake Park, and I was on 39th in Lake Park.
IW Wells.
Yes. Yes. So I grew up in a project for many years. When I was like 6-7 years.
Uh-huh.
So every time we moved, we went up higher. So that was my joke.
But I think by the youth of you that I'm guessing at, you were in Ida Wells when it was still a community.
It wasn't like it is now. No.
Right.
You might have fights or disputes, but nothing like today.
No guns.
No. We most of my friends out far, we became friends. It was just part of the neighborhood,
Yeah.
and we all stuck together and we played together outside, and for the most part, it was safe.
Do you have any idea about how we as a city can serve our citizens better who are maybe feeling trapped in some situations? We tore down Horner, we tore down Taylor, but people are still trapped
I
economically.
agree. Yes, I think it's education to me.
Yeah, there we go.
For the most part, if I would have stayed in that project, I wouldn't have got the education that I've gotten from Westmont. I don't even think I would have got a scholarship to
Yeah.
Northern Iowa. But my dad knew this. I know it now. He needed to get us out of that neighborhood
Yeah.
before we got swallowed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Deep.
Amazing story, Joseph. Thanks for sharing that. And thanks for joining us today to talk a
Pleasure
little
to
bit
be
about your
here.
music.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
One more thing, Lynn.
You know we want to play.
We're
the
playing
YouTube.
something.
This is one of his tunes.
Okay.
So
Give me
let's
your
bring up
tunes.
that final song as we go out and thank some people and do some
Thank you.
final credits
I think
here.
the song is Mojo. I sung it at PCA Blue.
Management.
Oh, is it Management? Excuse me. Okay.
Far up. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, guys.
You're a
Go
good
Sox.
guy.
Go White Sox.
Go White Sox. All right. We'd like to thank everybody who makes this show possible. We'd like to thank everybody
We'd
who
like
makes
to
this
thank
show
everybody.
possible. We can keep playing it. We'll talk over it. And that's everyone here, plus Lynn, Diamond, Andrew, and...
Dan Kugler.
Okay.
He's not here, but he
Connie
does the
Carroll.
website. Yeah.
Glenn Orman.
Yes, okay.
Next week.
Next week we've got who, Michael?
Next week we're going to have, who are we going to have next week? We are going to have George Freeman, the great jazz man, George Freeman with Joni Pilato. We're going to have some people, Brian Torch and Jenny Frank, talking about healing properties of hemp.
That's
And
right.
I think we have
And
some...
the sitar and guitar duo from the Earth Day event at the Heartland. We want to ask you to look us up on Facebook, like us, and check us out on YouTube. All of our videos are there.
YouTube.com/Heartland Media or
And we ask
livefromtheheartland.com.
To do good in the world needs all the good that you do.
Amen.
All power to do.